We back. We're gonna jump it off with part 3 of the Mazzaroth survival kit or whatever you want to call it. This one is part 3, which is the Mazzaroth Fleshsuit, and we're gonna teach you why the Mazzaroth or how the Mazzaroth is in your body. And it's your boy God Jr. And I'm gonna recap a little bit for you if this is your first time seeing any of these posts. So in part 1, we went over the yearly Mazzaroth, where you learned that every season has its, Zodiac signs that represent that energy, or if you want to call it season or condition on the planet. So we learned that, that spring is the first half, summer the second, and then it falls. If you want to learn more about the yearly, go to the Mazzaroth yearly part 1. And then we learned about how that same pattern in the sky that we call the Zodiac, or the Mazzaroth, is the same method or the same design that they use to come up with their time, because it's a 24-hour clock, the Zodiac or the Mazzaroth or whatever you want to call it. So we know that the equator is basically 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. So when the sun rises, it's above 6 a.m. and when it sets, it's below 6 p.m. And if you want to know more about the Mazzaroth daily shift, you could look at my video I got called Mazzaroth Days, which is part 2. Now we're on part 3, which is the Fleshsuit Mazzaroth. And as you look at these charts, first of all, let's get this out the way. If you didn't understand or don't know that the Fleshsuit is a flesh factory, you know what I mean? It's like how these factories produce the product that's in the store. Like, if you think about from how the product started to how the process of getting it like out the field and getting it separated from what is edible and what isn't, and then getting that transported to the place it's supposed to be for the next stage, and then from that stage another stage, into the part that you have that finished product in the store. That's how the Fleshsuit works. Like when you eat, even the yearly is, you could use the yearly mentality and realize that this is the Fleshsuit Mazzaroth also, which is basically the time like spring and fall. It all plays a part in your body also, and as we go, you're going to see that, and I'm going to show you how that work out like that. So you got to remember, every idea man invented was created by God, the universe, Most High, whatever you want to call the creator of all that is. So whatever you want to call that, that's where men got their idea. You know what I mean? Like the computer, they took the idea of how the brain worked and came up with a computer. They took the idea how the body worked, the digestive system and all that, and came up with a system how to get this, these packages in your supermarket. You know what I'm saying? They took a lot of ideas and made them into technology, if you understand what I mean. Because that's all is present here, is everything that we needed That's why the Mazzaroth is so important, because it gives you everything in this one design. This one design is used for everything that we'll ever need in our life. And I'm going to show you. So, if we start off, if you see this chart, this first chart, I'm going to show you. This first chart is actually, it's the Mazzaroth, you know. I drew this, I made this for y'all. It's the Mazzaroth in the body. And as you look at Aries to head, if you see the sunrise, that's at 6 a.m. right there, the sunrise. And from 6 to 8, your brain becomes active. And you wake up in between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. automatically. If you go back to sleep or not, that's on you. But, you know, you wake up because the sun is in Aries right now from 6 to 8. Just like it's in Aries in the yearly from 6 to 8 in the daily. It's the same degrees from 0 to 30. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep it going. And from 8 to 10 a.m. is when your throat, your esophagus, your gut, and all, you know, all that. Because when you understand that it's a lot of other things that the Mazzaroth in your body control, but for the most part, I'm about to just teach you the basics of the area that it controls. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll make another video to go intense on every single one of them, which would be like 12 videos on what that one sign and all the body parts that it controls and what it does for the body. Because people don't realize that it's a whole, this is you basically trying to keep your factory going. And if you do the wrong thing in your factory, your flesh factory, things will mess up. And that's what sicknesses and stuff come from. But we're going to keep it going. Okay, we're going to keep it going. We're on Gemini. Well, back to Taurus for a second. Taurus is like the planting of your seed. If you know, Taurus is for planting your seed so you could get the harvest in Virgo, right? Well, if you understand how that work in the yearly, that Taurus is the planting of seeds, it's the same as planting food in your mouth. And they go through all these processes, and it take 8 hours before it start to digest in your intestines. And if you look at the chart I'm showing you, you'll see that from that you count, if you count over to Virgo, because Virgo is the intestines, you'll see that it's 8 hours from when you planted your food in your mouth. So that's when the intestines, you know what I'm saying, harvest the food that was planted at Taurus. You know what I mean? If you get it. So then that's when it start to distribute, you know, in Libra. Libra is the, you know, the balancer. It start to distribute the minerals and all that. But we going a little ahead of schedule. So if you look at Gemini, Gemini runs the arms. So between 10 and 12 is when the person usually start working on something. It's like, because your arms become active between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. So you probably start working on some work, or you probably go to work and start working, or you might start cleaning up around the house. You start doing something with your arms because, you know, it becomes active between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. We're going to move it on. Be on to Cancer. Cancer rule the chest, and if you look at this chart, the way that it's set up, Cancer is that line is the tropic of Cancer on the yearly and on the daily, and it's in your body. That's the tropic of your body right there, and that's the chest, the stomach, and around noon is when you should be, you know, um, at noon is when it's like three. If you understand, it's like three different modes of your body, and that's you got a detox mode, you got an energize mode, and you got a restore mode. And if you look at it, you'll be able to understand that it's to be able to live in peace. You got to know those basically them three pieces of your body, how your body overall functions, because it's three main areas that need attention, and in every stage, those body parts do their job for that particular like breakfast. People call it breakfast, but it's not breakfast. It's basically break fast. So you break your fast once you eat. That's why Taurus, basically your intake went well. To break your fast, start at 8. It's a good time to start eating because that's what turns on your gland, your saliva glands, your esophagus, all that's turned on, so it's ready for something to go down. So if you understand what I'm getting at with that, so we're gonna move it on. Because we're going to learn more about that when I break that down, the three main parts of your day for certain things of your life. That's another post. It ain't in the Mazzaroth. I'll show you in another post. So so we got the arms active between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. in Cancer. The chest, the stomach, all that is more to it. But then at 2 p.m. to 4 a.m., the heart become active, which is the hottest part of the day, which is the hottest time of the year. And now this is your most active time of the day because the heart is one of those vital organs, and it pumps the blood and, send the nutrients, send everything that the body needs to where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? It's basically the manager of the bloodstream. So that's an important part. The heart becomes active around that time. So then here we go. We in Virgo. Now the food that you ate at around 8. The digestive system, it between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. the intestines is active, which is the digestion of the food you ate at Taurus. You know what I'm saying? Could it take 8 hours or so, 6 to 8 hours. So about 8 hours you had in the intestines. And then between 6 and 8 p.m. 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. that's when the kidneys are active, and that's the kidneys is it makes the urine, it divides the nutrients up to Libra. It's the balancer. It's when that happens in your body. Basically, it like how the water, they turn water into wine in Libra season, water into urine in your body. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible stories. I'm sure that's going to be one of the parts too, how I show you how the Mazzaroth is also the Jesus story too. So back to the Mazzaroth in the body, they say that's why they tell you you should eat before 8, because the kidneys is basically the last stage of your digesting system. You know what I'm saying? So after that, the digestive, if you look at the chart, the digestive system is cut off. It's time for the blue shift. You know what I'm saying? Not the digestive system cut off. It's time for the blue shift. And the last vital organs that are on is the Scorpio, the sex organs. You know, the bladder, and once you get past Scorpio at 10, that's why they always tell you you should be getting ready for bed around 10, because there ain't no more vital organs after 10 o'clock. So that should be the time you should be, be getting your rest. Because then after that, you got Sagittarius, which is the thighs, which is 10 p.m., between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. You lay your thighs down. And if you notice, Capricorn is the tropical Cancer, it's the kneecaps. So between 12 a.m., 2 a.m., they active, And then you got Aquarius, the ankles is 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. And then you got Pisces, which is the feet. And that's from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then here we go again. You back up. The sun is basically activating Aries again. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't that hard. It ain't that, it's really simple. And I just wanted to just fly through this because it's that simple. And if you just look at this chart, these charts, you'll be able to tell, and you could always use these to recap yourself. Man, that's it for the Mazzaroth body. It's way more to it and way more body parts, but just to brief this for y'all, this is what I'm giving you for right now. And if you want to know more, just subscribe to my channel, and I'll eventually make this for every last sign. And next will be Mazzaroth, and I don't know what is it going to be, how Jesus' story is the Mazzaroth and all the other stories, or is it I'm going to show you the Mazzaroth in the actual heavens, how it look up there. Till next time, love to all, and to all, spread the light.